Hey everybody, welcome back to another video of this course, and in this video we'll be talking about what is getters and setters in object-oriented programming. So what are they, why they are used, we'll be covering that in this video. So this is the same code from our previous video where we have created our very first and simple project called real estate project. So I hope it all makes sense to you all about this project. So let's start off with what are setters, why we need them and what they do. Okay, so what you have done is you have created an object of flat called my flat. You set all the values in the constructor: square feet, price per square feet, number of floors and number of rooms. You have set all these values. Now let's say, what if you want to change the value of price per square feet? How you can do it? One way you can do it is you can simply change the value from here. Let's say this is 1850. You can simply change it to 1950. The price per square feet property got changed. Okay, that's one way of changing the value. And what if go to the flat, and what if I simply remove this from here? Now what? Back to main.java, and we don't have this value here with us. So the constructor doesn't need price per square feet anymore. Now if you want to change the value, how you can do it? One way could be you simply make this property or this field to public, and then you can change its value, that is my flat dot price per square feet, and let's say you change it to 1950. That could be one way, but as I've mentioned earlier, that making these fields public is not a good way, because these fields are meant to be in this class and only be accessed in this class. Here, in case this is flat, so we cannot make it public. It meant to be private. So again, we have a problem here. So how we set these values? How we can set price per square feet? The solution is setters. Setters are methods that are basically used to set a particular value of the field. So let's remove this piece of code. Okay, now if you want to change the value for price per square feet or for any field, what you have to do is you have to create a setter, and setter is simply just a method. So public, okay, it is public because it meant to be accessed outside this flat class. So I'll tell you, don't worry. So public, and setter is basically start with set word. So okay, here we do have few suggestions with us. So we got set floor number, set number of rooms, set price per square feet. So this is what we need. Okay, as I pressed enter, here you can see what we have is inside this parameter we have a value called price per square feet. Just to remove the confusion, let's change the naming convention, so underscore. Now here what we have done, we have simply assigned the value whatever is inside this parameter. So to make it more clear, you update this value, the field value, that is price per square feet, and this is equals to the value from our parameter, that is underscore price per square feet. So what we have done here is whatever value is inside this parameter, we assign this value to price per square feet, which is the field variable of our class. Now we can use this method to simply update the value. So back to main.java, here we got my flat dot, here we have set price per square feet, and you simply press enter here, and now here you can enter the new price. Let's say it is 1950. So like this, our new price per square feet is set. Now to print all these values, so okay, it prints the updated price per square feet. So let's print this and see what we got. Okay, here you can see we have price per square feet to 1950, even without updating it from the constructor, even though in constructor we don't even have it. Also, even if we have it in our constructor, then changing it from constructor changes the whole property of that object. Okay, let's have it back in our constructor. Integer price per square feet. Okay, we have it back in our constructor. Now here, let's have it 1850. Okay, so if you want, you can change it from here. But let's say, what if we want to change later in our code? We want it to be 1850 as of now, but as we move further in our code, we want to change the value. That's why we need setter. Setter can be there for any of the field. Here it is only for price per square feet. You can have it for set. Okay, we got set square feet. It takes an integer square feet, that this is the new updated value, and we simply set square feet to like this. This is the setter for basically our variable called square feet. Let's have one for set floor number. We need the updated floor number, that is underscore floor number, and now we'll update this value with floor number is equals to underscore floor number. And then we have it for set number of rooms, int number of rooms is equals to underscore number of. Like this, you can change all these values, or you can set the new values for all the fields. So my flat dot set floor number, and the floor number is let's say originally it was 4, so I want it to be, let's say, 7. And then my flat dot set number of rooms, let's say it got 4 rooms, and my flat dot set square feet, let's change it to let's say to 2250. Now if I run this, okay, here we have all updated values with us. And that's how we use setters. And the use of setters is we can change any particular value of the field of this flat class, or basically whatever class we are working with. That's why we need setter. Now let's go to what are getters and why we need them. What are the uses of getters? So as the name suggests, getters are simply a method from which we can get the value of the field that simply returns the value of the field. So let's say let's say we want to create a getter for square feet, and the value of square feet is an integer. It is an integer value. So getter says public int. The return type is int because it will return whatever the value of the square feet is. Public int get square feet. Okay, we have a suggestion here, get square feet, and it simply returns square feet, and that's it. This is the getter of square feet. So let's go to simply main.java, and let's comment this print all values method, and let's try to print the value using the getter that we just have created. So s out, and what we want to print, we want to print my flat dot get square feet. Okay, we do have a method called get flat price. Let's see what this is. Okay, get flat price is basically the method that we have created here. Anyways, so we have get square feet. And now if I just run this, and we got 2250, and that's it. This is the core job of getter. It needs to just return whatever the value of a particular field is. So let's create the getter for price per square feet. So get price per square feet, and it simply returns price per square feet. Done with this variable. Now public integer floor number and get floor number. Now the last one, public int get number of rooms. Simply return number of rooms. Now we printed the square feet field. Now let's print few more. Get floor number, get number of rooms, get price per square feet. Now let's run this, and here we have all these values. So that's the only job of getter. So we are done with setters and getters. Or what are they, why we need them, what they do. So yeah, that's all about getters and setters. And one more thing, uh, and that is IntelliJ IDEA has an inbuilt feature for having getters and setters. Since they are very common, they are in almost all scenarios we need the values of our field. So IntelliJ have created that for us. It just simplifies our job. So let's just comment all setters and getters that we have created. Now how we can have the generated getters and setters for us. So for that, simply press right click here. You simply go to generate, and here you can see we have getters, setters. If you explicitly want getters, you can choose this. If you want just setters, you can choose this, but here I want both of them, so I selected them. You can select for which specific field you want. If you just want for square feet and floor number, you can just select two, but here in my case I just want for all of them, so I selected all of them and press OK. So here you can see we have the getters and setters for us, and this is offered by IntelliJ IDEA. So thanks IntelliJ IDEA for this, and it literally saves a lot of tasks. So yeah, we can use pre-generated getters and setters for us, and from this video onwards we'll be having getters and setters for all field values, even though we might not use all of them, but we'll have all of them just in case. So yeah, that's all about this video, and in next video we will be creating a very simple project where we'll be actually using getters and setters. So that's all about this video, and hope to see you in the next video.